Come on. Good.
Faith, are you debugging your system?
No, I'm not debugging my system. I assume it's just not starting. Well, it's on my Google Drive, so you could go there. Slides on my Google Drive already. You hear what I said?
I heard you.
Right.
The ease of that on my side is not that
What did you say?
visible. The ease on my side is not that visible to get
No,
access to that now.
This is not okay. Jacob, I didn't hear you. I sent it on my Google Drive.
Why not try it on with your phone? Go with your phone. Connect with
No,
your
it's
phone.
not. It's not working. It's not working.
It's not working.
Don't you have it on your system? Look at it.
Somebody should please assist us.
Well, it's on my Google. No, like I use Google Slides.
Okay.
So
So
sharing
can you
the
send the link so that we can share for you?
The link. You can share the link.
all right.
Mhm.
So over here, teacher section. What's in there? Oh, thanks a lot. Because that's the main website stuff.
Thank you, sir, Mr. Denka.
So much. Okay. So I hope everyone can hear me. I hope everyone can see my screen. I can see my face.
We can hear you. Mr. Samuel, attendance has been taken already. So, Faith, you can go on.
Okay, so today we're looking at the Kanban methodology, and now I know that many of us would have heard of the Kanban methodology for time past, right? So it's used with the agile model. The agile methodology is one of the processes or one of the methods under the agile method. Now, under the agile method, we also have Scrum. We have a list of like of us. So they'll be looking at the introduction, working process, the principles of Kanban methodology, and then the benefits of Kanban. All right. Okay, so now, firstly, now when we talk of the Kanban methodology, it's a method that when adopted, it could help you, make your workflow flexible. It could, it gives room for continuous improvement, and then the progress of the whole project could be, could be to be assessed, just at a glance. Basically. So here is how the Kanban works. Yeah, so here is how the Kanban methodology works, basically. Now, the first thing to know is that there is a board that tracks, the progress of the project, starting from when, from the inception. That's when you want to start the project. So, like things that are listed out are basically the things that you want to accomplish as far as project is concerned. And then you also have a process whereby that's that's for a column. Then for another column, you also have a place where the current tasks are being are being checked. That's the ones that are being currently done are being checked, and then the ones that have already been done, are also being checked in another column. Then also the ones that are undergoing tests at the moment. So now there you also see more or less like 4 processes all on the same board. So please, could you go back to the previous slide? Yeah, thank you. So now in software development, this methodology adopts the just-in-time concept, by ensuring that the amount of work required is the same as the work capabilities of the team. Because when a team adopts the style to work on software projects, what happens is everything about the project is already uh, is already outlined on the board, and everything is outlined in a way that it puts in retrospect the capabilities and and the strength of the team that's to go undergo that particular project. So now, so because of how well flexible it is, everyone is able to see where he or she comes in at like at any point in time, and when he or she just does his part, projects reaches its desired place. All right, just can you move on to the next slide? So now when you see, sorry, the one before this, sorry. Okay, so now what you're basically looking at is, it's the Kanban board, because the Kanban methodology mixed up the board, and then there is a place for where you have to do that's you're looking at the list of tasks to be accomplished. You're checking everything one after the other. Then the ones that are currently in process, that's the ones that are currently being built. Then you also have the ones that are being tested, because testing is a very, very good, it's what you call a very good software development technique before you can deploy. So you have to test before it's been done. So then now you have the sprints. Sprints here are sort of like stand-up sessions for each of the teams, because they set for themselves goals. Now what we do in our stand-ups basically is for us to call, everyone tells their task and where they've gotten to as regards their tasks, as regards all their tasks, and 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 challenges and encounters with which they've encountered, they've come in contact through when they're going those tasks. Then so this is more or less like the ecosystem of of the Kanban methodology. So you see the goals which are being highlighted in the sprint, the things, the impediments, and other works which are still related to the software projects that's been worked on. All right. So move on to the next slide. All right, thank you. So now, as I said earlier on, the Kanban methodology revolves about around the Kanban board, and it visualizes the entire project to track the flow of the project. Okay, so now through this through this graphical approach, the Kanban boards. A new member or an external entity can understand what's happening right now, task completed, and then the future task. So this board kind of indicates current tasks to perform, the ones to do in future, and then the ones that are being completed. All right. So I basically just said that. So this is what you call the model working process. So hereby in this method, no one is left in the dark. Everyone has what is like everyone has an idea of what is being done, what is to be done, and where the project is going to. Okay, this next slide. Can you hear me? Sir, please next slide. Can you hear me? Thank
Yes,
you.
we can hear you.
All right, cool. Sorry, the one for this.
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. So
Yes, I can hear you.
here we have the what you call the working principle, whereby these divided columns are interconnected. And tasks are gradually being pulled, from the left, which is where you have the to do to the doing and then done. So it's gradually being pulled from the left column to the right column. So now one thing about the Kanban framework is that it measures the work cycle being completed based on the principle of work in progress. Now, how the work in progress works is it puts, it puts the capability, or sorry, it puts the work before the capabilities of the team. Okay, so now, how you measure the success rate of a project that has been done through Kanban is using the principle of work in progress. Sorry, please next slide. Okay. Okay, so now there are other principles. Now there are basic principles in the Kanban methodology. These are sort of like guidelines that draw the architecture of the Kanban methodology. First thing is it initiates with the existing workflow. More of so like it works on gradual changes. So the team starts with existing workflow and personally improves on the process. So now this is kind of like a situation whereby the project does not, like, when the project comes in or when the work initially comes in, it's not like they're drawing up a new workflow. It just flows into the existing workflow. Everyone's still going about whatever it is to do best, and then the project just enters into the workflow. Then now once it enters, what now happens is there is now room for continuous improvement. There's now room for continuous as regards the workflow. But then another thing we also have is it limits the existing tasks. Now it's important for the team to realize to only limit and plan the work in progress accordingly. Taking on more than you can handle will only waste time and negatively affect the project. So now that's basically what we see as one of the principles of the Kanban methodology. In the sense that everyone is able to see his limits. Everyone is able to see the exact flow where it should be as regards this project is able to flow and work accordingly. All right. Okay. Then one very very good principle of Kanban methodology is, it has a way of respecting existing roles and responsibilities. For example, in a certain team, you are you're a UI UX designer. You are very good at styling. Giving good user experiences and etc. Now, just because a new project comes in, It's not necessarily that that position is taken away from you, because that's really not how Kanban works. Because in Kanban, one thing is that gives room for success using this methodology is that it doesn't overhaul the existing work culture that it's been that organization or that team has adopted. So here efficiency is sort of being improved because there is room for growth. There's room for growth, though it's a new project, but because you have been the one handling that role, taking on that responsibility, Kanban doesn't overhaul, the existing work culture. It's sort of like just flows with what has been there and gives room for improvement. Then one other cool stuff about, the Kanban methodology is it encourages leadership at all levels. Sort of everyone is sort of like a project manager on, in its own place, even though, there's a general project manager, everyone is sort of like on his game because everyone is seeing where the project is, where the project is going to, and the you know the the common sense behind the project. So everyone is has a lot of liberty to make decisions as regards to the project, and then it gives room for mistakes, it gives room for growth. So when such one makes mistakes, he's able to revert back and move on and grow well. Yeah. So that's also one of the principles of the common methodology. Now, what you can see is it's a very good description of an organization that's adopted this method. So the to-do column, progress, testing, the done, and it's sort of like this. Everyone in the organization, everyone in the office is seeing this board, and everyone is coming to take track, track, uh, the progress of this project as it's been going, as it's going on. You get it? All right. Next. Okay. So now there are various advantages and benefits of this method because one significant benefit is sort of that it improves the way you handle your project without even changing your organizational structure. As in, it doesn't need to change your structure as a firm, as an organization. Everyone is still going about its duties. Everyone is still doing what it knows how to do best, and projects which it's been brought to that company it's been improved. Okay. So then one of the things it does, one of the benefits of this methodology is it brings about enhanced flexibility, sort of this is a situation whereby everyone because of how the how spread out, how well landmarked this this method is, this project is more flexible. Everyone is able to see sorry you know everyone is able to see the progress of this project, and then when everyone now when there's a column for where the tasks that have already been done are being documented. So when everyone sees where the column where the tasks that have already been done, when everyone sees it, there's room for more improvement. It's good. Also have a station whereby the project can not just take form, but it could take another direction, sort of to like improve the overall structure or the overall performance of the project. Then it gives room for continuous improvement. It gives room a lot of room for collaboration because everyone is interacting, everyone is talking about the tasks that have been done, everyone is thinking of the better way with which it's good to go. So it's sort of like the more the merrier. That's what of that is what this methodology is about. Then it's given for a smoother workflow. Then gives room for an improved quality control. All right. Sorry. So now, what makes Kanban very, very productive is the fact that it's very simple. No much issues, no much problem. Just it's like a virus which plants into a system. Virus doesn't, necessarily do much. It doesn't try to create its own applications. It just becomes one with your system and then it just begins to spoil things. That's what it does. So it just respects the existing roles and responsibilities, and then just starts to work. So Kanban can be used in any knowledge work setting. It's particularly applicable in situations where work arrives in an unpredictable fashion, or when you want to deploy work as soon as it's ready, with some work items. Right. So I think that's all. That's all. Right. So next slide. There's any. I think that's the end of the slide. There is one. Oh yeah, that's the new slide. Okay, so I think that's the end of the slides. Okay. So it's any other questions?
Please.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
If there's no question for you, then you can ask the question.
All right. Okay, so this is, I'm sure everyone should also, this, could anyone tell us the working principle of the Kanban methodology? Just tell us something. Anybody? Anyone? I'm going to call a name if nobody's answering. Okay. Matthew Monday, can you help us out? I knew on this call.
Okay. Okay. Like, please, what's the question again?
Okay, so I was asking, how was the, one of the working principles of the Kanban methodology.
Working principles.
Yes, principles. That's one of the principles of the Kanban methodology.
Okay. I think it is partitioned like into some sections, like to do. I don't know if I'm correct.
Yeah, like just tell us one of it.
Okay, to do is that is the one that will list the pending tasks and list to be worked on.
Sorry, what did you say?
I said to do.
Okay, to do, right.
It lists, yes, the pending tasks that are not yet worked on.
That is just one part of the column. I'm talking of, I mentioned about the principles used in Kanban methodology, right? I mentioned that.
Different principles. Okay. I asked if that is what I just mentioned.
No,
yes.
Not really. Though it's part of it, but not really.
Okay. So I can explain that one very well, Sha. All those ones on the board I saw.
Okay. All right, no problem. So is there anyone that wants to help out? Don't worry, we have PMO guys here. I know this should be a piece of cake. So yeah, Patrick. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, mine is, I have a question. Can I?
Okay, go on.
Okay, maybe I didn't get it or I didn't hear you. But then Kanban, is it an acronym or someone's name or like what's the?
Okay.
Did you get my question?
Sorry, I didn't get you. Oh, yeah.
Okay, Kanban. I don't know if it's a name, a word, or an acronym, so that it means each of the letter means something, or like I'm trying to understand what it means because I believe it's something like SWOT that each letter adds meaning. I might be wrong though.
Hello, it's like we lost faith. It's like we lost faith on the call. Faith, are you back?
Please can you return back to the first slide, please?
Answer your question. Connect and answer your question.
I was trying to go through the slide if what my question is there, but I don't think it's there. But I don't mind if you can answer.
Except somebody else will have the answer.
Hello, Patrick. Can you hear me?
I can.
I can hear you.
Okay. Kanban is not an acronym. It's just a name. The same way that you have Agile. I don't know if you've heard about Agile before.
Yeah, I
the
have.
same way that there is the word Agile, it's just the same way that there is Kanban. The word originally it was from manufacturing. I don't know from where, but that is where the word originated from. So Kanban is supposed to be a kind of workflow management method of sorts that actually helps you with your work for software developers, for software developers basically. So it's not an acronym.
Okay.
Did I answer your question?
Okay.
Yeah, it did. Thank you.
So thank you,
Wait, sorry,
Olivia.
Can you?
Faith, you are back.
I
Welcome.
don't know. I think my network just turned around. Okay, just to add to that, it was a framework that was, developed by, it was once used in Toyota. It was developed by, a Japanese engineer named Taichi Ono, and then, he sort of like used it for, to make and create their cars. So, just as I said, it's an acronym. It was a method that, has been, that was once used by Japanese engineer who used it for this project to that company there. Just actually, all right. Okay, Patrick, question has been shared.
Yeah, it has. Thank you.
Right. So, does anyone have any other question? Sorry, my questions are not done yet. My question I have is still pending. Anyone that had answered this?
Okay.
Yes.
Question as well. Like, does it mean that this methodology has to do with writing something on the whiteboard, like to do this? Is there no software that can punish?
What did you say?
Like when you were trying to show us an example, you show us a man that is writing on the board. Does it
Okay.
mean no software to handle it and just doing manual writing?
Well, there's something called Trello board, right? Have you heard of Trello board? You used Trello board before now. Like we use Trello board in Bincom, right?
The Trello board follows
Sarah, what do you say? I'm not hearing you, Matthew.
You mentioned Trello board now. I'm asking if that is the pattern that Trello board follows or something different.
Yeah, because everyone is able to see, the documentation of each task. That's the one that has been accomplished, the one that is to be done, and like it just shows the whole scope of the project. So that's just the idea behind this Kanban methodology. That's the idea behind it. So it's not just that we're going to write anything on the board. Actually, what you're writing on the board will either fall under each of the three of the four categories. Is it under testing? Has it been accomplished? Is it to be done? Has it been done already? You get it. So that's what it's about. Okay. The answer
Okay,
question.
Faith, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for today.
Thank you, Mr. Dinka. Can I share the screen now? Thank you so much. I'm very grateful.
Thank you, Mr. Denka, for assisting us. Ife, the information you are dropping today is quite late for a presentation you have today. It's not here. All right. If you know that you deserve nothing less than 10 demerits for this action. Okay, in the absence of any other information, we have come to the end of today's KD.
Sorry.
Patrick, you have something to say?
Yeah. I heard you took the attendance before beginning of the class, and I wasn't there, so I don't know. Was there a retake or something?
There was no retake yet. There was no retake yet. We just have to endeavor to be on time for the KD. It's necessary. At least 10 minutes is a grace.
Okay, noted.
Yeah, 10 minutes is a great grace. Me, I was even having issue. And I struggled my issue out and was able to get through. All right, thank you for today. We have come to the end of today's KD.